Turning Point USA events never cease to give us good content, and this event was no different. They had a guest, Nicki Minaj. Now, Nicki Minaj, I enjoy some of her music, but there's a lot of white people that they would object to her being at the Super Bowl, for sure. And she is a guest at the Turning Point USA event, and sure enough, it gets a little weird, guys. Let's check it out.
I want what was done to little black girls done to little white girls. I don't want it done to any girls. I want all the little girls in the world to know that you are unique, you are beautiful, you are you, and you can compliment another girl, you can compliment another woman and still know that you are epic and amazing. So that's what I would say for the girls. And I know I know my adults understand clearly where I'm going with that, I don't like that. I don't like people making other people feel badly about themselves in any way. We need to nurture young girls. Yes, whether they are black, white, Asian, Hispanic, they still need to be nurtured.
I don't like people making other people feel bad about themselves. The person that's shilling for Donald Trump, that's just like...
Sure, they cannot continue to pay for other people's sins, so they haven't done anything wrong.
Amen. And what do you think about for young?
And for young men, don't be new scum. Yes, see, dear young men, you have amazing role models like our handsome, dashing president. And you have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president. And when I say that...
Trust me, there's nothing new under the sun that I have not heard, so you're fine. Yes, we did. I love you. You have to laugh about it, truly. I have been called every single thing, and you know what? God is so good, you let it roll right off your back. And this is what's so beautiful about this moment, because if the internet wants to clip it, who cares? I love this woman. She's an amazing woman. She has a soul and a heart for the Lord. And words are words, but I know her heart, and it doesn't even matter. And you say what you want to say because I know your heart. And I do not judge that.
Sister. Thank you. Be boys.
Amen.
Be boys. It's okay. Be boys. It's nothing wrong with being a boy.
Amen.
How about that?
Amen.
How powerful is that? How profound is that?
Amen.
Boys will be boys, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I want to say.
What's something the media and the world in general...
That was pretty weird. That was weird. The Donald Trump, first of all, calling Trump a handsome man. I can't take you seriously after you've said that. That's just how that is. Next is, did she just call J.D. Vance an assassin? And then there was just a minute of silence. And then Erica Kirk is just like, I love you. That was so weird. Everything Erica Kirk touches is just so weird. How weird was that? That was weird. Can I top it? Probably. Let's see what else we got here.
Administration is full of people with heart and soul, and they make me proud of them. Our vice president, he makes me, well, I love both of them, but they're both powerful men, smart, strong, all of that, but both of them have a very uncanny ability to be someone that you relate to. I can relate to them. When I hear them speak, I know that they're one of us. I know that they're not... Don't you guys agree? They haven't lost touch.
Donald Trump, he's one of us.
The world. They're still connected to the world and what's happening in the world with the younger people and older people, with the richer people and not so rich people. They have the ability to still connect and be real and make us feel proud to be American.
I'm not even sure exactly what to say about that. It's just so weird on so many levels. Donald Trump connects with poor people, with everybody. Are you kidding me? He connects with rich people. He connects with racists. He connects with misogynists. But I'm a straight white man. I don't feel either of them connect with me. They're both rich elite people. That's what they are. That is just absurd on its face, all of it. So why is Nicki Minaj at a Turning Point USA event? First of all, she is now the token black person. They always got to have one token person be like, see, we're not racist. We got a black person on our side. That is now Nicki Minaj. And I'm sure she's okay with that. She needs the money. She hasn't been relevant for like a really long time. But interesting things about Nicki Minaj that I would like to get into. So first of all, let's check out Charlie Kirk on Nicki Minaj from back in the day. This is illuminating. Would Charlie Kirk have
Right now,
Nicki Minaj
black culture
at his event? Let's check it out.
Right now, black culture is being held captive by influences, songs,
Which
and role
influences?
models. I'm Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't think that songs that are talking about glorifying wet female genitalia is exactly, I don't know which one wrote that song. Which one was it?
I think it was Ben Shapiro.
What's wrong with that?
But by the way, the role models of the 1940s and 50s for black America were completely different.
So it is a representation issue.
Hold on a second. No, not representation. It's who do you get your art from? It's what values are they putting forward? It's the question of every day, for example, more times than not, black politicians will lament the condition of America. It's systemically racist. It's terrible. What does that do to a 14-year-old black kid if you just find that, if you hear that everything is rigged against you? Instead, they should be saying, hey, there might be some barriers, but if you believe in yourself enough, you can achieve in this country. It creates a form of social conditioning of low expectations.
God, Charlie was the worst. Just everything he said is just being a dick.
Right now.
So you guys want to know what? It's really weird that Nicki Minaj was there. So after Charlie Kirk said this about Nicki Minaj, fast forward a few years, COVID happened. This is what Charlie Kirk had to say about Nicki Minaj. There's very little I disagree. After he had said that, there's very little I disagree with Nicki Minaj on. Practically nothing. In fact, up until 48 hours ago. But I read that weird, sorry. But she just spoke more truth about the vaccine than our leaders have in the past year and a half. So naturally, Twitter locked her account. So you didn't like Nicki Minaj because she's a black woman making music that you don't like. Then she speaks out on the vaccine and now you're okay with her. It doesn't take much, does it? It sure as shit doesn't take much. That is wild. Let's get into Nicki Minaj. First of all, she's a music artist that hit her peak back in, I don't know, what 2012 or something like that. And you haven't really heard from her in years, really, until recently, to be fair. But I remember hearing her talk out about the vaccine and COVID mandates and how much she didn't like Newsom. That's something the right's going to totally agree with. But she holds none of the values that Turning Point USA and MAGA and the Republicans say that they have. So first thing, her husband is a pedophile. Let's check out his criminal history real quick. In April 1995, Petty was convicted of attempted first-degree rape for a 1994 assault of a 16-year-old girl, Jennifer Hugh. He served nearly 4 years of an 18 to 54-month sentence and is a life level 2 registered sex offender in New York. He also had manslaughter. Petty pleaded to first-degree manslaughter in 2006 trial for the 2002 death of a man named. He was sentenced to 10 years and served 7 years before being released in 2013. Failure to register as a sex offender. Petty was arrested in March 2020 because he failed to register as a sex offender after moving to New York from California with his wife in 2019. He pleaded guilty in 2021 and was sentenced in July to 1 year of house arrest, 3 years of probation, and a $55,000 fine. So he was convicted of attempted rape of a 16-year-old girl. I don't know how old he was, but it doesn't really matter. It does matter, but it's still gross. He was convicted of manslaughter. He was convicted of failure to register as a sex offender. He's a criminal. By every term, he's a criminal. And you know, and they're talking about how she represents, you know, conservative. Talk about Nicki Minaj too. Personally, I don't have any real problems with Nicki Minaj, except she seems to be grifting now. She just, you know, found an grift and she's taking it. Let me fix this here. Okay. Real quick, Google search on Nicki Minaj. Is Nicki Minaj a U.S. citizen? No. As of late 2025, Nicki Minaj is not a U.S. citizen. Though she moved to the U.S. as a child and became a lawful permanent resident, green holder, through her mother, but stated publicly in 2024 that she still lacked full citizenship despite living in America for decades. So she was born in Trinidad and Tobago. So she's not a citizen. Isn't that interesting? Like, given all the stuff and all this talk about illegal immigrants and non-citizens, like this is Republican hypocrisy at its finest. It just is just something they've done to this country, and it just keeps on coming. So there's more. There's been weird things that happen at TPUSA this year, and I'm gonna make videos on those as well. So check back in, and we'll have some more laughs together about how silly this whole organization is.